Mercedes-Benz is making a major splash in the automotive industry right now with a rather bold statement. They don't believe 100% that electric cars are the only future. While many manufacturers are going all in on pure electric vehicles, Mercedes is taking a different path. They are pumping a lot of money into hybrid technology, where the classic combustion engine meets electricity. The company is convinced that this mixture could turn the entire market on its head and seriously challenge the electrification wave that is currently dominating everything. The big question is Mercedes-Benz quietly preparing a counter-offensive that will suddenly make pure electric cars look outdated? Let's examine this thoroughly in the video today. Stay tuned because you might be seeing with your own eyes the super engine that will revolutionize the entire industry. Here we go. Mercedes-Benz is no stranger to setting historic milestones. Back in 1886, Carl Benz invented the first gasoline-powered car in the world, a landmark that heralded the era of modern mobility. For over a century, this brand with the three-pointed star has stood for luxury, safety, and technical breakthroughs. They were pioneers in ABS brakes, airbags, traction control, and recently in advanced autonomous driving systems. Mercedes knows perfectly well that to lead, you must not only innovate, but also choose the right direction for innovation. Throughout their history, they have used the racetrack as a real laboratory, from the legendary Silver Arrows of the 1930s to modern AMG supercars. Every race was, a test for new technologies, from aerodynamics to engines to safety, before they made it into production vehicles. Today, Mercedes continues this tradition, but instead of just chasing the electric vehicle trend, they are betting on the future of hybrids. Globally, electric cars are becoming a symbol of the green wave. Governments are setting ambitious goals to completely phase out internal combustion engines within, a few decades. Consumers are slowly switching to electric vehicles out of environmental awareness and due to incentives. But one cannot deny the inherent weaknesses of current electric cars. The ownership costs are still high, charging times are long, the charging infrastructure is not comprehensive, and the fear of being stranded on the road worries many people. In countries with less developed infrastructure, electric vehicles simply cannot be a mass choice. It is precisely in this gap that Mercedes-Benz sees a golden opportunity. Instead of completely abandoning the classic engine, they are making it cleaner, more efficient, and combining it with electric power into a realistic solution: hybrid. The strategy of Mercedes shows rare flexibility and pragmatism. They are not declaring war on EVs, but they are not blindly following the trend either. The EQ series with models like the EQS and EQC continues to be expanded vigorously, proving that they are seriously investing in electrification. Parallel to this, they are improving combustion engines, using hybrid technology to reduce consumption and emissions. The goal is not only to meet environmental standards, but also to preserve the typical driving experience, which they see as a core value of the brand. Many experts consider this a super smart double game. They retain traditional customers who love the sound and feel of gasoline engines and tap into new ones who want sustainability. However, hybrid also has challenges. While the world has EV fever, many ask, is hybrid just a transitional solution, a bridge until batteries get better, or can it become a long-term thing? Mercedes believes in the latter. For them, hybrid is not a stage, but a distinct development philosophy focused on efficiency and balance. A hybrid can deliver top performance, save a lot of fuel, without compromising driving pleasure. In markets like the USA, the Middle East, or Southeast Asia, where charging infrastructure is still patchy, hybrid is clearly the more sensible choice. While, half the world is betting everything on electric cars as the only future, Mercedes is actually taking a different path. They say, hybrid is the true model for practical sustainability. For the company, sustainability doesn't just mean fewer exhaust emissions, but really the entire life cycle from raw material extraction through battery production to disposal afterwards. An electric car emits nothing while driving, sure, but the production of lithium-ion batteries still massively burdens the environment. Hybrid, on the other hand, uses smaller batteries, regenerates braking energy, and honestly saves a massive amount of fuel. It's a solution that is environmentally friendly without requiring a huge charging network. Mercedes is now investing heavily in hybrid as a green, everyday technology, not something idealistic or distant. Very German, very Mercedes. Technically speaking, the new hybrid generation at Mercedes is no longer a heavy dual powertrain like in the beginning. They are moving towards lighter, smarter systems that, adapt to conditions themselves. But behind the fancy cars, a quiet revolution is also happening in Mercedes business thinking. Instead of pumping billions into their own battery factories, like the competition, they are focusing on strategic partnerships with top battery suppliers and investing in modern recycling technologies. This saves costs and makes them flexible, allowing them to choose the right battery technology depending on the region. So, they are particularly testing solid-state and bio-batteries with materials that are, more environmentally friendly and easier to recycle. In a world still divided over the pace of transition to electric cars, Mercedes' dual strategy of EV plus hybrid is considered a smart solution for globalization. In Europe, the brand focuses on the all-electric EQ models to meet strict emission regulations, and in North America, Mercedes pushes high-performance hybrids that meet the demand for long distances and high power. And in Asia, particularly in China, India, and Southeast Asia, where charging infrastructure is not yet built out, hybrid becomes a strategic weapon. This flexibility not only protects Mercedes from the risk of relying on a single technology, but also expands its adaptability to every market. Every hybrid vehicle sold is a rolling laboratory where Mercedes collects real-world data on driving behavior, energy efficiency, and user charging habits. This data then becomes the valuable basis for optimizing the EQ line. It's a tactic of finding the way through real experience that no other manufacturer has. In doing so, Mercedes' influence extends far beyond production. Through its global appeal, the brand indirectly forces suppliers of components, batteries, and energy management systems to develop more flexible solutions that fit hybrid structures. This opens up a new supply chain. Not entirely electric, not entirely gasoline-powered, but a smart combination of both. This also leads to the further development of ancillary technologies like energy recovery, battery temperature management, or electronic transmissions, and the innovation, kind of radiates throughout the industry. This is the gentle transformation Mercedes is aiming for. This approach makes many customers who previously shied away from EVs now open to new technology, and honestly, accelerates the global shift naturally instead of by force. Of course, Mercedes is not under the illusion that hybrid will dominate forever. They know that the industry's unstoppable trend is full electrification, once batteries become cheaper, cleaner, and faster to charge. But Mercedes believes this path is not linear, and hybrid is the safety buffer for the industry to survive the turbulent transition period. Mercedes' long-term vision aims for a world of multiple energy sources, where electric cars, hybrids, and even synthetic fuels coexist. The brand is investing in research into artificial carbon-neutral fuels that can be combined with hybrid systems to create vehicles that are almost emission-free but still remain powerful. This could be the key to keeping combustion engines alive longer in the green era, while simultaneously opening a parallel path to electrification, a diverse instead of monotonous future. All these steps lead to one point: preserving the legacy of Mercedes-Benz. From the very first car by Carl Benz to today, the philosophy of innovating without losing the soul runs through every decision. The brand doesn't chase trends, it shapes them in its own way, slower but safer. While the majority of the world is busy proving that electric vehicles are the only future, Mercedes poses the counter question. Can't there be several parallel futures? Perhaps the answer lies precisely in what Mercedes is doing right now. Their hybrid is a clear statement that technology doesn't have to be extreme, and true progress lies in giving people more choices. In the race for electrification, Mercedes might not be the fastest, but they are taking the most sustainable path, and who knows, perhaps this very balance is the key to ensuring the three-pointed star continues to shine in the new era of the automotive industry. Thank you for watching until the end. If you have something to share, don't hesitate to leave it in the comments below. Press like, subscribe to always be the first to get the exclusive news on the channel. See you in the next video.